Hello and welcome to the Talkin Bits podcast. I'm your host, Michael Rose. With me, as always, Nathaniel Brewer.
He's your boy.
Banana head. Drinking a
Skinny penis.
throttle. Skinny penis.
Remember that meme? It's your boy. Skinny penis. You don't. All right.
I've never seen that meme before.
Wow. That was my whole childhood. And Full Throttle. Yeah.
Full Throttle, yeah.
Taking it back to 2013 today.
Yeah.
That's what we're doing. I told Michael a fun story about this time that my mother gave me a death stare that still haunts my dreams sometimes. And it involves the very trashy 13-year-old energy drink, Full Throttle.
In return, I told Nathaniel a very trashy story of this one time when I bought weed with quarters. So...
He did, which I insist that he must try as a joke sometime. Whenever you start doing comedy again.
I'm going back this week, I think.
Oh, shit.
I did do an open mic a couple weeks ago.
You heard it here first, folks.
Do I have that? I don't know if I have that.
No, we need it. Pretty cool.
Did I tell you I did an open mic a couple weeks ago?
Dude, I didn't know the champ was coming out of retirement.
Blue Ridge, yeah.
Excited.
I fucking leveled the room. I did 5 minutes. There wasn't a single second without laughter, and Sean Carter handed me the keys to Blue Ridge Comedy Club on the spot. And he's like, you headline here anytime. No,
where'd you park?
I pulled straight into the fucking building. I put a hole in the building because I was doing so good. Honestly, though, the open mic I did do, it really, our guest today, who is back for, I believe, the fourth time, Pruett, Hey, I got it right. He was there for it. And it wasn't, I didn't have like the best set by any means, but I hadn't done comedy in 3 months, so I was very happy with what I did.
Oh, yeah, that's rusty as hell. It's going to be,
So, and I tried a new tag. It worked out.
Well, we're glad you're back.
Yeah, I'm back. I'm
now
funny.
You got to start getting on the road with me more.
I thought of a joke I'm gonna work out, which I don't know. I thought of a joke I'm gonna work out. It's I showed up at my parents' house the other day, and they just got like a new cement like porch and front and back porch.
Are you workshopping jokes live on the pod?
A little bit. This is like the premise of the joke. This is the premise of the joke. Nobody who listens to this podcast is an actual audience member, so I don't give a shit.
Yeah. They've already skipped the intro.
Yeah, that's true because we do have too long of intros. You know what? I'll workshop the joke on
some other time.
Wednesday.
No, we're back. Episode 4 of the Pruett Chronicles.
Yeah.
He's back. We got him. He's here. This is a good one. This is going to be great. I can feel it.
Yeah.
They're always great with Pruett.
Is it good or are you feeling it's going to be great?
Yes. Both.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. No, we're back. Enjoy.
Yeah, we love you.
Bye.
Bye. All right, and welcome back to the Talkin Bits. We are here with Pruett Chronicles Ep 4 with John Pruett.
Yeesh.
What's say now?
Hello.
Y'all doing all right?
Oh, good. The
Good to
dryer
see you,
stopped
man.
the second we started.
Beautiful.
Damn
That
right.
is so
Meant to be.
That's
cool.
the power of Pruett right
Oh
there.
yeah.
The power of Pruett.
Yeah,
We're so happy you're back.
We normally don't run the washer or dryer whenever we record, but I'm the one who does laundry 99.9% of the time. My wife started it this morning, and that's why the laundry was.
She's taking your
Man,
job,
she just
dude.
wanted wanted the spin cycle, dude. You're not doing your job. I'm sorry.
Welcome back to Talkin Bigs Podcast.
I know when I've been got. Yep, that was a good one.
He's nothing if not self-aware.
Yep, that was good.
Welcome back.
Painfully accurate.
We
but
have
good.
been circling back the last few episodes, getting some of our favorite guests back on now that we're running out of new guests. And obviously, Pruett is a big part of that conversation because you have been here more than just about any other guest.
Yeah, this is it.
I think
this is it
because he beats Justin with this one, right?
Yeah. So you're peeling away. You're out in the lead now.
Yeah.
This is amazing. So Pruett's back. Obviously, our audience is very familiar with you, Pruett, but every time you come on, I think the best place for us to start is always what's happened between the last time and now, because we've watched you go through big changes since this episode.
Yeah, I mean,
dropped.
like it's. All right, number one, I am terrible about posting on social media. I am terrible about building my brand. I am terrible about trying to get booked. But I applied to 5 comedy festivals this year. I got into 0. That was nice. That was soul crushing.
That's
Do
expensive.
you think what would be your take on? Let's say you're a person booking a festival and you watch your tape. What is there anything to you? Is it maybe audio quality, video quality? Does that factor in at all, or is it?
I honestly don't know because I'm very, very happy with the video that I've been putting out. Yeah, I think it's basically like I'm kind of in a flooded market, and you know, there are a shit ton of people that are way funnier than me, and I can accept that.
Sure.
So, you know, it is what it is.
There's just so many comments.
I'm blown away. Like, are you sending? It's 5-minute clips, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's not including Blue Ridge, though, right?
No, that's what I sent. Oh no!
But I mean, you got accepted into Blue Ridge, right?
I'm not in that festival. I'm doing. I'm not in the competition.
Oh, you're doing the non-competitive side.
I think. Yeah, I don't think he was wanting anyone in the finals back.
Right.
Competing. This
I'll
year.
also say that for you personally, I think that was the right choice, regardless of whether or not you were allowed to enter. Because you and I, obviously, I think off mic and even some on the show have discussed what competition does to you.
Yeah, I hate it.
Right. I think that's the best choice.
I don't
for
like. You. I'm maybe the most competitive person you're ever gonna meet in your life, but I do not like to compete in comedy. So
I don't either.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I think because every single comic is so different.
Every crowd,
yeah.
Also,
and every crowd's so different.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I hate the only thing I really dislike about a competition is even if I do well, you know, to see like people that I really like, really respect, that I think are fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
And like, say, last year, I did really well in the competition.
Yeah, really well.
But to look at some of the people that got cut, and they were heartbroken.
Right.
And like, I respect the shit out of some of these people.
Yeah.
And I think they're hilarious. I think they're way funnier.
I know
than
who you're
am.
talking about, and she is hilarious.
Yeah. And
but it does get to her.
Yeah,
Right.
and then to see that got to me, and I was like, look, you know, I don't care what judges or a crowd or anything else says. I think you're fucking funnier than I am.
Yeah.
I love you to death.
Right.
And so, like, I just don't like that aspect of I'm not, you know, like to get done with it and go, I'm not good enough.
I think it kind of speaks to a larger thing that really our whole society goes through right now, which is that comparison thing, like always looking at other people and always basically your whole life is a competition these days. It feels like, you know, and for that reason, I think so many people are burdened by that word or that genre, if you want to call it. But the one thing I will say for competition, and the reason I chose to do it, because I agree with you 100% on everything you said.
Talking about Blue Ridge?
Yeah. But just, right, if given the choice of a competitive festival or one for fun, I would choose competitive. For one reason, and that is I need that pressure to perform.
Oh, for sure.
If I know that there's no stakes involved, go up there, fuck around, have a good time. I'm going to bomb because I don't care enough. I need to feel like the weight of the world depends on this show. That's just me personally.
I'm kind of the opposite of that. I like
a lot of people are.
I like pressure, and I thrive under pressure and chaos.
I'm also a procrastinator. Like, for me,
I am too.
It has to come down to the wire, and there has to be tons. Like, in college, I would do every project at the last possible moment. But that's when I perform at my highest.
When it comes to comedy, for me, it's just like if I just need to, it needs to be spontaneous and fun for me.
Right.
And if it's not spontaneous and fun, I don't enjoy
Yeah, it's just different.
doing it.
We're just different in that way.
I don't know.
What's interesting, Pruett, is I feel like you do have a competitive side to you. I mean, I've seen it in other areas.
Yeah, in other areas. I mean, like, and no matter what I do, I want to be good at it.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's not that, but at the same time, I don't ever, especially in comedy, I don't ever want anybody to go, well, he's better than me at comedy.
Right.
You know, and I don't want to look at anybody and go, I'm better than you at this. You know.
Yeah.
But like,
I would challenge that position, actually. I think it's perfectly okay for you to go, I am better than this guy who just walked in here and did a mic for the first time.
That's different.
Yeah, no, nothing like that. But
But to
saying,
some degree, that applies to a festival as well, because there's people submitting who haven't been doing it as long as you and genuinely are not as talented at the craft as you. And that's fine. That's okay.
Tell that to the #1 live podcast in the world.
Us?
No. Well, okay, I'm sorry. The #2 live podcast.
Well, that's a bucket system. You know, that's you never know what you're gonna. In a competition, in my view, like for Blue Ridge, we'll say specifically that festival. I know for a fact that a friend of the show, guest of the show, was asked to be on the panel that reviewed those tapes.
Yeah.
And watched hundreds of them and told me with his own mouth that a certain percentage of those tapes barely make it past play.
Yeah.
Because immediately you go, no. So I think in that alone, there are comics that are not as good. They watched your whole tape and you got in. If you applied. You didn't. But if you would have gotten accepted. They would love you. They know they love you.
I think kind of what Pruett's saying, though, is like, I'm going to compare you two, right? Pruett to Nathaniel. Like,
one's handsome, one's young.
Yeah.
Is that...
Pretty much.
I'll let you decide who's
one's
who.
funny,
Audience?
one's not.
Hey, up until a couple of days ago, I had a better beard too. So
trimmed it down.
Well, what I think, and this is kind of how I look at it too. It's like you both. Now, this is me being nice for once. You both are very funny comics. But you both.
Sorry, that made me sick.
You both have your own very specific audience.
Oh yeah.
And like it's hard to compare you to like at
I think
at
if
a comedy
we're both
festival.
trying, we could have some overlap.
Well, you guys do, but like,
I mean, if we
Pruett has
intentionally
a style that
Oh, yeah.
reacts to a very certain audience.
Stylistically, it's totally
You
different.
have a very specific style that reacts to like
which
if
is
all
why
the people,
we work well together.
If all the people if all the people in the audience are like kind of like in your style, you're gonna do better than Pruett, and then vice versa. If all the people are there like your style, like I prefer your style of comedy more than Nathaniel's. No offense, I just never thought you found it funny.
See,
but,
so when he gave the compliment, I knew that something like that was going to follow, and that's why I didn't accept it.
Yeah.
So for all you bitches out there that say I'm mean to Michael, and by that I mean literally just my mom, he's asking for it.
Oh, by the way, what's up, Mom?
He's asking for it. So quit telling me to take it easy on Michael.
I think your mom is literally my biggest supporter, and I love that.
Dude, she's an enabler is what she is. He's a tyrant, and she keeps taking up. This is like when you hit your cousin and he starts crying, and then you get in trouble, and you're like, I barely touched him. He's just playing it up, so you feel sorry for him.
Yeah. Well,
anyway,
no. But what I said about it, like I do love like a storytelling comedy. I like storytelling comedy, and Pruett does that.
Right.
So like for me, right, like
way more than me.
For me, like if it was an audience of me's who just like storytelling comedy, like and that's kind of what like the problem with like festivals and like competitions and comedy.
If it's an audience full of you, do they all have their hood up like that?
Yeah, probably.
What hell gig is that, dude? Where's that show? In a fucking skate shop? Where the hell?
No. It's in a skate shop, and only like a quarter of them can even ollie, and the rest of them have never been like on a
The rest of
skateboard.
them are just pockets
If
full
I
of
walk
Yu-Gi-Oh
in-
cards.
Yeah.
If I walk in and the whole audience looks like you, I'm going to ask, what planetarium in a dispensary are we at right now, dude? This is crazy.
That'd be a pretty lit show.
That's like if a Delta A dispensary had a planetarium in the back, dude. That's where Michael hangs out.
Dude.
No, it's a dispensary with a CrossFit gym in it.
Yeah, that's the place. Yeah.
I mean, you guys,
That's called a cult.
I would pay some money to be a part of that. Like, I might start that, honestly.
I feel like when you were a kid, you draw your dream house. There's a room that's planetarium. There's a skate shop. There's a Delta 8 dispensary in the kitchen. There's a lot.
Yeah. There's a.
This is the part where you fire back, or fucking mom's gonna tell me I was being mean again.
No, that's a very astute observation. I appreciate the accuracy of it.
I feel like the fat joke is probably the easiest here. So why don't you take a swing? Just what's
No,
your
you're
house?
looking good today.
What's your house? All kitchens? You got 5 kitchens in that? That's what.
No, man, don't be so hard on yourself.
Oh, fuck you. See, this is the shit I'm talking. This is some gaslighting at its finest right here.
You're looking good today, man. Did you lose weight?
Fuck off, dude.
I haven't seen psychological warfare like this since
I've never
fucking
been this
Baghdad.
angry on the show, dude. I don't think I've.
Face. You look like fucking Hunter Roberts after the fucking
My
monkey
blood
joke.
pressure just. Monkey.
We want to see you in a Kia.
And that's the dumbest joke I've ever written. Thank you.
Dude, I will say this about him and about that bit. I have heard his jokes so many fucking times, and every single time I'm rolling laughing.
I have too.
Hunter Roberts we're talking about.
I think I've heard that joke enough times to almost do it verbatim, and I still laugh at it.
Yeah.
That is the
Every
only
single
joke
time.
I've ever seen, especially locally. That's the only joke I've ever seen where when he starts it, the first 2 words come out of his mouth. 8 comics in the back of the room look at each other and go, yes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
He
We
did
all
it
of
in
them.
the he did it in the
freaking
cave
German
show.
shepherds, they're
Dude,
like
the
our
cave.
ears perk up
Yes.
and everything.
What you
He
couldn't
did it
see
at the cave show, and
at the cave.
I was sitting next to Kayla. I was like, "Fuck yeah!" Like, let's hear it.
What you didn't see is on the other side of the tunnel where all the comics were, we all were going, yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
As soon as he started it, that's like Dice Clay's rhymes, nursery rhymes. That's what it's like. We know it and we want to participate in it. We want to sing it along. I mean, every comic back there is mouthing it. Monkeys. Like, we all know the joke.
I love it.
So good.
Speaking of gaslighting,
Don't think I forgot about that.
Speaking
by
of
the way.
gaslighting, I did gaslight like my buddy Jordan pretty severely yesterday.
Fucking asshole.
So my 10-year high school reunion was yesterday. It was actually Friday and Saturday.
God, you're old.
They did this like they went to like
children.
one of the football games like on Friday, and then yesterday they went to a bar.
Yeah.
And I did not go because I mean, yeah,
because everyone hates because you owe everybody $20 from high school.
No, because I was a stoner loser in high school and did not have fun in high school.
So you quit smoking weed.
Yeah.
And that's all.
Now he's just a loser.
Now I'm just a loser. Yeah. But anyway, so my buddy Jordan, he's my best friend. He's been my best friend since freshman year of high school. So I call him yesterday, and me and Kayla, we were just going out to eat or whatever. And I call him. I was like, "Hey, Jordan, you almost at the reunion tonight?" And he's like, "What are you fucking talking about?" And I'm like, "Dude, we talked about this like 2 weeks ago that we were gonna go hang out." And he's like, "Dude, I just got home from work. Like, me and my girlfriend were just sat down with some dinner." I'm like, "What do you have?" And he's like, "Burgers." And I'm like, "Well, that sounds like something you can take while you drive to the fucking high school reunion." I do this for like 5 minutes.
What
he's
an
like,
asshole.
He's like, "Dude, I'm sorry to let you down, but I'm not going. Are you fucking with me?" And I was like, "Nah, dude, would I do that?" Like,
Of course you would.
Yes, you would. This is exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
This is an example of Michael Rose bragging about what a douche he is.
Dude,
matter of fact, next episode of this, you're not allowed, right? And we're going to bring Kayla down here, okay?
Yeah.
And we're going to see exactly what kind of man
I
you
gaslight
are.
the fuck out of Kayla too.
Oh my Jesus, dude,
No.
I would never admit that on a mic.
No. I do it over
Like,
stuff.
I hit her too. You know?
That's what I gaslight her about.
Only
I'm
when
like,
she's being mouthy.
Yeah, that's what No, I'll gaslight her about shit that doesn't matter.
That clip's
She'll
going to
be-
get shadow banned on my TikTok.
We'll be talking about like just nothing, right? And I've told the story of like when I told her that there was like the second largest building in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Right.
And
And
it was
have
just
I
some
told you that
building.
story? It's just some random building in Johnson City. I was like, "Hey, that's the second largest building in Tennessee." And for 10 minutes, she's like, "No, it's not." I'm like, "Yeah, like look it up."
I think that's funny.
Like that's what I
That
gaslight
level
her.
is funny. You saying, "No, man, you look great. Thanks for being here. I love you so much." Dude, fuck right off is what I'm saying. That's like, do you remember when I used to have this joke where I would ask people, if you won the lottery tomorrow, what would you do with that money? I used to,
hell yeah.
when I was new.
Yeah.
I tried that
I don't
for
think
a
I ever
while.
heard that joke.
I tried that for a while, and the whole joke was like, I would buy my mom a house. That way she lives under my roof, and abides by my rules. And I'd be like, go to your room. All this, like, just punny shit. I was new. I was brand new. But when I did that one time, I was on stage. Johnny was sitting in the front, and I knew Johnny is the biggest asshole on planet Earth. He's not really, but he likes
I
to.
know this story,
he likes to
actually.
play the biggest asshole on planet Earth for the show. So he's basically a plant in the audience. So I asked the audience, if you won the lottery tomorrow, what would you do with it? And I was like, Johnny, what would you do with it? And he goes, I'd probably donate it to St. Jude's. What a fucking asshole.
When we all know for a fact it go to guns, Coors Light, and more land.
Yeah.
He can't
That
even
is
spell
it.
St. Jude's, that fucking dickhead.
Well, he tried it, and it was JEWDES, which was fucked up on his part.
St. Jude's.
Yeah, he's like, what would I donate to the St. Jude's for?
Yeah, he was like, "Nah,
What
man,
a
Joe's
dick,
right here.
dude.
Here, I'll give him."
He
$20.
said that loud enough to where the whole crowd heard it. There was a moment of awkward silence as I am frozen like a statue, not knowing what to respond. And the crowd loses it. And I'm pretty sure I just was like, that's my time. Have a good night. Like,
Yeah,
just like,
yeah, as it should have been.
how do I respond to that? I think I said, no, it's not, you fucking asshole. I think I was like, ladies and gentlemen, he does this to me. Like, he thinks this is funny.
And
Dude,
they're
it is
like,
fucking
"No,
hilarious.
he's a sweet old
Dude,
man.
oh my God. He shut. Yeah,
He's a
literally.
teddy bear. Look at him."
They were like, why is this
I'm
kid
like-
being rude to Gay Leota? This is so... I had already called him that. I was being such an asshole. And then he says he donated to St. Jude's. God, I miss that dude.
Dude, I fucking love Johnny.
Oh, what a
God.
piece of shit.
So one of the biggest things that has happened since the last podcast
Mm-hmm.
is I got to open and feature for my hero.
Yeah, you did.
I got to
Kamala
meet-
Harris. Oh, sorry. A different hero. Sorry.
God,
A
damn
different
it.
hero. I'm kidding. They all know it's John Cena. Go ahead.
Hey,
Can't see him.
Dude, I can't see
I
it at
mean,
all.
he's here with me right now. All right, he's with
Is
me
John
in
Cena
spirit.
Is John Cena in the room with us right
Yes, he
now?
is. You just can't see him.
Oh, okay.
Is this some kind of a seance?
But anyway,
Have you never seen that joke?
No.
Okay.
all right.
It
So
wasn't
before
worth it.
you two fuckwits, take this off the rails, I
He
got to
knows
do
us.
something great and something that
Yeah, you
I
did.
never thought I would get to do. I got to open and feature for Mitch Burrow,
Mm-hmm.
who is the guy that got me into comedy. I saw, I was on a YouTube rabbit hole one night, and here's this Marine veteran that is just some of the funniest, open-minded shit I've ever heard. And
How
I
long
was-
is that before you started Mike's? Like before you ever did comedy? Is it 10 years, 5 years, 1 year,
a
couple
day.
weeks?
A day.
Oh, like the
Yeah,
next
it
day
was
you're like, I'm doing.
I'm finding a fucking open mic.
That's
He
awesome.
got off that YouTube video, open mics near me.
Yeah, it's exactly what I did.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
And I was at Blue Ridge the first time the next night.
Yeah.
Drunk as fuck.
And the club had just opened then too, right?
Yeah,
Probably
been
like a
open
couple
a month.
weeks, right?
Couple
Yeah.
months.
Been open a month.
Yeah.
And so I get to meet him.
Man, that's so cool that you've
yeah.
seen this community grow from day one. I'm going to write that down so we can talk about that later. But go ahead. Sorry.
So he comes in. He goes straight from the airport to the first show. So we didn't get any hangout time or anything like that. But I was like, hey, I'm going to be opening for you. Just real quick, like feature stuff. Like, hey, so I'm not stepping on any of the material, that kind of thing. And I was nervous. I was so fucking nervous. And he was just laid back, cool as hell, and was like nice to finally meet you and that kind of thing. I was just like,
so you communicated with him through Instagram first? Is that how you set it up? Or like, how did you land the opening spot for him?
So like right after I did that first open mic and everything, I sent him a message on Facebook Messenger like a fucking stalker. And I was like, hey, I just want you to know I've started doing comedy because I watched this clip on YouTube
that's
of
cool.
you. And
Did he respond?
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, like the next day.
That tells you a lot about him.
He's a top-notch fucking guy. And he was like, man, just write all you can, know? And that's what I did.
Yeah.
And so, like, doing my own process of, like, videoing myself and, that kind of thing. Because I can't stop driving for my day job,
Right.
I can't, like, pull over and write shit down or text it to myself.
Yeah.
So
We've talked about that on the show. You're the only comic I know that does a video recording to write.
Yeah,
basically.
and
that's how you write.
So the reason I do that, number one, is because it's convenient. Number two is then I can hear what inflections I need to put in where. And then I also am able to keep my train of thought. Whereas if I just write a note on a piece of paper, I'll look at it in 2 days and be like, what the fuck was I thinking about?
All the time.
And lose the whole premise. So then, like, when I do a video and I'm talking to myself, like, hey, this is where you're thinking, this is what you're doing, this is how this is the little seed that...
Do you ever catch act outs, too, that you do subconsciously, and then you watch it and you're like, oh, my hand kind of goes up for that? Or what?
And it's like I look at my facial features and then, like, and...
that is interesting. You're the only comic I know that does that, but I mean... I think we've talked about on the show before how I can see certain people's personalities and their style, like Joe Bridges being a baker translates to the recipe of his jokes. It's all very trim the fat, we talked about that, but even in the writing process, that makes sense for you. I understand why that works.
Well, it's just, I mean, like, it was how I started, and like, I was actually doing it way before I ever talked to Mitch and everything, because it was like a little journal for my therapist,
Right.
So like, you're like, oh, how you feeling today? I'm like, I'm feeling like I fucking hate my job and shit like that. So like that was the beginning of that. And then that's been my process. Like, okay, I know how I look and sound doing this particular thing.
Right.
Now I need to go work on it at open mic. And of course I record everything. So it's like, all right, this looks better doing it this way. So I can see, like, it's very uncomfortable to watch myself. Like, I don't like it. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, this is what the audience is seeing. And, okay, I need to change this. I need to change that.
Yeah.
So.
No, that's
watching
I think
yourself
that's
move is
super
different than listening to yourself talk.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. To get audio only, I'm like, okay, all right, how did I look doing this?
Did I look uncomfortable? Did I look weird? Did I look...
Exactly.
Yeah.
But so opening for Mitch then obviously is a pretty, like, a full circle moment.
Yeah, and I was so fucking nervous. I don't think, like, I did not...
Take it in, like,
I
know exactly what you mean.
I mean,
I do
like,
that a lot where
like
I'll remember something cool and go, oh yeah, I did that. It's like,
Yeah.
I don't know, it's not blacked out.
And like, I got no pictures, no video, no nothing.
You
of
gave
the whole
him
weekend.
You gave him a hard time for not doing that with Mark Norman.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much, Michael
Yeah,
Rose.
welcome.
I was going to bring that up
Yeah,
myself.
very
because,
welcome.
But
because-
you both gave me some relief when I explained why I chose
Yes,
that.
Yeah.
you were in the moment. And
Right.
everything,
Yeah.
And plus, like, so we do the show. I will admit it was not my best feature set because I was like,
how so?
Because I was like,
too many nerves.
I was way too like, I want to impress the shit out of Mitch Burrow, and then it turned into like, oh, I think I kind of did shitty. You know,
you're in your own head.
Where was the show at? Sorry,
Blue Ridge.
Oh, okay, cool.
That kind of takes us back to the competition aspect we were talking about, where that pressure I need and you don't. So that's that same pressure. It's in that same vein of like, there's so much focus on you performing that you get in your own head and you self-sabotage.
Yeah, that's why I like, if I am in a competition, the higher I get up in that competition, the more inebriated I am.
Oh, I remember. I remember. Inebriated and just stricken with nerves. I mean, even when you headlined the first time, remember at Blue Ridge and I walked in, I've never seen Pruett like that before. You literally look like a ghost of yourself. Like you were just empty on another planet.
I mean, like,
and remember, I just grabbed you by the shoulders and I was like, whatever you're worried about, you already did. I was like, there's 80 people out there here to see you. You've already done. Who gives a fuck? There's going to be pictures and it doesn't matter.
Yeah. And that was the coolest thing anybody's ever said to me. I'll go ahead and tell you that.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, because I noticed as soon as I said it to you, it was like I watched your soul return to your body. Literally, you were like,
color back in my face.
Oh, some relief. Yeah, like. And then last night, right before you went up, I just came up to you. I know what I have to say to Pruett. I've learned what gloves to put on to get Pruett to perform. And some people just, I think Justin Mays knows what I need. He's the opposite, though. He just bullies me. He knows that I respond to, you won't. Like,
why do you think I'm the way I am to you?
I'm a 12-year-old kid. I'm drinking full throttle right now. Like, I respond to that. Whereas with you, I just patted Pruett on the shoulder and I go, hey, go have fun. Go have fun up there. And he did. You went up and had a great set. It was fun. Minus the car alarm, which is not your fault.
That threw me. And see, like, if I had been a little bit buzzed, that would have never threw me.
Yeah. Well, what shocked me is I knew that it got to you because you didn't react to it or you didn't comment on it. I was waiting on like a one-liner about like, oh, that guy's pissed, or just something, about it. And I think it stunned you so bad that you just kind of froze and went back to material.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that does not happen with me.
Right.
Ever.
Right. That's how I knew it really caught you off guard.
That's the, another like, oh, I'm doing comedy sober now.
Yeah. Well, we should say you were also kind of fighting to get the audience back from that heckler at the very beginning. You're trying to get the focus back, and then a fucking car alarm goes off. And now I think you kind of had a moment of panic. I
did. And like, I don't know. It's been a weird couple of months, you know, between meeting your hero and like, usually people are like, don't meet your heroes and everything. Dude, Mitch was everything I ever thought he would be.
Wonderful.
And
awesome.
then some.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
We actually went out to Johnny's on Saturday. Went out to Johnny's. Johnny cooked.
Oh
my
dude,
Jesus.
What did he make? Please tell me so I can think about it forever.
We had steak. We had street corn. We had cobbler. And if Johnny cooks, it's gonna be fucking amazing.
Yeah, dude.
So like,
he makes the best food. Have you ever had Johnny's food, Michael?
Mm-mm.
Oh,
dude,
my
anything
God.
he makes is just like,
dude.
So we had a great
and
time.
he does not donate to St. Jude's either.
No, God, no.
Like an asshole.
He donates all his money to comics.
Yeah. But then
that's cool of him to do that for you all.
And he had also like built a range at his house. So we shot guns, and like he brings out his can launcher. It's a friggin' M4 platform that shoots blanks and launches beer cans.
Oh, that's awesome.
So like we're like Mitch is like, I think we could do that as like shooting skeet. So like we load up my 12 gauge with birdshot.
Dude,
Johnny's like with that can launcher, and Mitch is like we're shooting guns.
It's the coolest day ever.
Blast. Yeah. And
with the guy who got you into comedy. That's insane.
Yeah. And like I was, the only thing I was concerned about was like, please don't fanboy out. Please don't fanboy out. Please don't fanboy out the whole time.
That had to be surreal. I mean, that's like if I was in the room when Louis was jerking off, I'd be like, wow.
Yeah,
I'm here.
Watched that. I would have watched that.
I'm here with my hero doing what he wants to do.
Yeah.
You wonder why.
Isn't that amazing?
Why I
tip,
give you
Louis.
a hard time.
Spit on it, Louis. Go ahead.
Pruett, I have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Would you say that your vision is to develop a first-class entertainment show using stand-up comedy with a message of laughter when faced with the trials of tribulations of life and eventual death?
All right, so here we go. Number one, How long did you practice that?
That was it.
I mean, like
It's worse than you think.
Like you wrote it. Like when you wrote.
Hold
that,
on. Let me
I
explain.
didn't write this.
Okay.
I did not write
Let me explain what he's doing right now. For everybody listening, they're not gonna get that. Here's my favorite part about this. That right there is an inside joke for only me. Nobody else knows why that's fucking hilarious. And he wasted time on this podcast by asking that bullshit
We
question.
talked about it. To be
That
fair.
paper that Michael
I
Rose is
see it.
holding is
Oh.
the goals and achievements resume page brought here by none other than Phil Grampy-Ketron a year ago. And that page has sat on this heater that doesn't even fucking work next to Michael Rose.
No, the heater works.
For a year. And he chooses now to pull it out and ask you if that's your goal. What an asshole.
Oh, that was worth
Oh
it.
God.
This is nonsense.
So I
This
saw
segment-
a pickup truck outside, right? And I hope that the hitch sticks out enough to nail your shit. That's
Thank
what
you,
I
thank
hope
you,
for
thank you, thank you, thank you.
Because
Appreciate it.
fuck you. But no,
Jesus Christ.
so like what I want to do with comedy, like truthfully,
Yeah.
what I want to do with comedy, I just want to be good at it.
Yeah.
And I want to have a message that at least one person comes up to me after every show and goes, "That's awesome."
Just that they
That's-
connect with your...
Yeah, just
not to to bring it back to get back in your good graces more than anything.
Whatever.
I'm just so much bigger than you.
Asshole.
This is very true. I do. You have a joke that I think about, especially right now with our country where it's at and everything, about how you like to go to pride
Yeah.
parades
Yeah, I fucking love it.
and like all the vitriol and all that, like working through.
Yeah.
And
a
I
great
don't know.
joke.
I just think about like, you know,
I
you
would
see
argue that
stuff
that's
on
not
the
even a
internet.
joke. That's a message in joke form.
Exactly.
Right.
And like I
Right.
just, and I don't want to take it political. I do have a political joke that I want to run by y'all, but I don't want to make it political. But I think with where the country is and like all the hate and division in our country, I love that joke. And there's a lot of times I'll see stuff and wherever, and I'm like, oh yeah, Pruett has a funny joke that kind of relates to this.
Yeah.
So like, I want to be able to do well at any comedy club.
Yeah.
Any, like you put me anywhere in the country, I want to be able to do well. That requires like
That's
number
tough.
one, a vast amount of different material.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I make it a point to be like, hey, look, I'm almost 50 years old. I have lived a very strange life.
Yeah.
I've been in the military. I've been all over the world. I have Ligbatikwa kids. I am from an interracial family, and I wear fucking overalls and like I'm getting RHPD tattooed inside my lip.
You make a lot of people angry, is what you're saying. You make both
You're
sides.
getting what?
of it.
You're getting what tattooed?
RHPD. I'm getting it tattooed
What is
inside my lip.
RHPD?
Praise Hail, praise Dale.
Oh, okay. Fuck yeah.
Yep.
Did you know that before he said it or no?
No.
Okay, I was just making
Yeah.
sure I'm not. An
No,
idiot.
but I believe.
Yeah, I've already got one inside my lip, and it's finally faded out enough.
What was inside your lip?
KOPA?
KOPA.
Kiss old Pruett's ass.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Okay, this is a legit question. Do lip tattoo, like, how does that feel?
Not good.
No, it's.
I mean,
it's
compared
not-
to like, do you have any tattoos?
No.
That's an honest question.
Yeah,
like, I have a
okay.
tattoo on my arm. Like, compared to my arm, how does that feel?
Not as bad. Like I got my ribs tattooed,
Yeah.
and like
Ugh.
I was fighting passing out.
Jesus.
Ugh.
When I was pouring sweat, and
I've
I was
heard-
like, I don't feel good.
What is
I've
it?
heard the feet are like the worst.
Your rib tattoo, is it
My
like
mom
live,
got her
love,
feet
laugh?
done, had no problem.
My brother has something done on his foot, and he said it's the
Yeah.
worst. And my brother
Hold
has
on.
like 30 tattoos. He said that's the worst tattoo he's
Pause.
ever gotten.
Your mother has feet tattoos?
Yeah, my mom has one little tattoo. It's a cancer survivor.
How did you
pink
leave
ribbon.
that out of the weird life explanation?
Oh, that's
earlier?
weird.
Be like,
People have tattoos, dude.
not
Yeah.
your mom. No, you got to know Pruett's mom. I think it's what it
No,
is.
she has
I
that
would have
one
never
tattoo.
believed that
She has
about her.
that one tattoo. She got it with my sister-in-law,
Mhm.
and like
That's awesome.
cancers hit our family pretty hard.
Yeah.
And so like they got their ribbons.
I don't know why in my head I feel like she would be an anti-tattoo type
Would
of
she?
gal.
That is the only tattoo she has. It is
Yeah.
that big. It is on the top of her foot. And I was like, "Mama, you gangster!"
Could have put that anywhere.
Yeah, but like,
She should have got that inside her.
Would you
lip.
ever get a tattoo? Would you?
Oh yeah, I'd love to. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just honestly, until the last 6 months, I've never had the financial means to get a tattoo. So like, but I've always wanted a few. The other part is, unfortunately, I still work in corporate America, so I'd have to be specific with where it is.
Straight for the knuckles.
Honestly, if I hit the lottery and did not have to work and like I could just look however the fuck I wanted, I would have tattoos. I would not do face tattoos, but I have tattoos up to like my neck.
I
down to my fucking hands.
Like when I retire, I already know what I'm getting.
Dave Bautista.
No.
Up the shoulder.
No.
Oh.
No. I'm getting the Clutch band logo from their very first album
on your neck.
On my neck.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
A neck is a lot.
And then
I would do neck tattoos.
And then on my knuckles, I'm getting mean and ugly.
I don't think I'd want like under my knuckles. I think I'd want like to like halfway down my
that's why you're a bitch.
Wrist. I just don't think I'd like. I don't know.
That's not why.
I kind of want like fingerless gloves. You know what I mean? Like that's what I want.
You.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like
it does make
I've
sense given the hood that you would want fingerless gloves. Dude, the way he's wearing his hood, he has a pair of fingerless gloves in that hoodie pocket right now.
Yeah. I do. I am getting a pair of fingerless gloves before I go on my trip. So.
What a piece of shit, dude.
You are a walking all the small things video right now. Like, all the small things.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
He's Twink 182.
He looks like a skater boy.
He looks like Twink 182, dude. Where was that when we did the roast? Fuck. Twink 182 is the funniest shit.
And
Damn.
you are the top.
God, I need that for the roast.
Nathaniel's mom, if you're listening.
What's up, mama?
Get your boy.
Whatever, dude. That's you forever now.
Oh, dude.
Twink 182.
That's funny.
You're welcome.
How about we swing things back around here?
Yeah.
So I did a second show with
Mitch Burrow.
Oh fuck!
Yeah. Had a great time. Did much better. Yeah. After shooting guns and eating steak and street corn and all that shit. And
what kind of cobbler?
Blackberry.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh, that sounds so good.
Fucking amazing, dude.
Go ahead.
And so here's the weird thing. Mitch is on a he quit drinking as well. Every comedian that I really, really like has suddenly quit drinking. And most of them are getting better for it. Some of them not so much, you know.
Happens.
But like, since I'm sober right now, and I will say this is probably the most Ron White shit that has ever come out of my mouth. I count sober as being able to pass a breathalyzer.
Sure.
Sure. So like,
you had a couple NA beers last night.
Well, I mean, they're NAs. They were zeros, by the way.
Oh, okay. Well, still, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, still, like the social aspect of drinking you enjoy, which makes it tough.
Oh yeah, that's my problem with quit drinking.
Having a drink. The act of having a drink, not necessarily the drink.
Yeah, it's like I like the taste of beer. Mm-hmm. I like drinking beer with people.
Yeah.
But I don't want to come home and beat my wife. I'm just kidding. I never did that. But
he doesn't want to, but he does it.
Dude, between the two of you, I'd put $50 on Kayla all day.
Kayla would kick my ass any day of the week.
I'll put 65 on OJ, dude. She's got
OJ beats the shit out of me.
OJ would kill you.
I've seen her swing at him.
Just living up to the name.
Dude, do you remember?
Hi, buddy.
I don't remember if we recorded that week. I had a black eye for like a week where Olivia just like fucking hit me in the eye.
On you?
Yeah, she gave me
I'd call. You should call DHS.
She almost broke Kayla's nose the other day.
Oh shit!
Kayla thought she broke her nose the other day.
Yeah,
that reminds me.
I would call CPS and be like, "Look, you got to do something with this kid. They're beating the shit out of us."
Did you watch the UFC yesterday? I meant to ask you that last night. Oh my god, dude, it's fucking brutal. This guy Robert Whitaker got his jaw dislocated, and everybody was talking shit because it was Khamzat Chimaev, who's just the scary Russian wrestler dude. Before he even got the choke in, he'd taken Robert's back. Robert was already tapping, and everybody knew it was like, "Oh, what a pussy!" He tapped before he basically chickened out.
His jaw was dislocated though already.
What happened is as Khamzat was going in for the choke, he caught the chin and cranked, and it literally took his three front teeth back to where his tongue is. His front of his jaw is dented inward. Yeah. To where his three middle teeth are shifted
fucking
back.
thing I've ever heard.
Wait till you see the picture.
No, I'm not.
It's gnarly.
No, dude.
It's gnarly. And that's what your 1-year-old daughter did to you. That's what I was going for.
Wow,
she beat you up.
Yeah, you need to trim the fat off of that, buddy.
Yeah.
Well, she's from
not a good joke.
Well, she is Russian also, so I just
Is she Russian?
She's always rushing to get out of here. I'll tell you that. Thank you, thank you very much. I'll be here all
All
night.
right.
Thank you
had
very much.
Mom,
Get your boy. Yeah. I had a funny experience.
Fuck you guys, I'm proud of that.
You said that his hero is Kamala Harris, and it made me think of this funny thing I did the other day, and it was only funny because Kayla showed me a TikTok. This is not
when you
my
voted
joke.
for Trump as a joke.
No, I last week when early voting started, I'm not going to tell you who I voted for, but before I did my early voting, I got my flu and COVID shot.
Okay.
And then I early voted. So,
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Alrighty.
It's a good thing you waited till right before. You might not have made it to the election.
My wife told me, she showed me this TikTok, and it is like, I got both my shots and voted for Kamala today. I couldn't be any more liberal if I fucking tried. And it made me laugh. So that's what it was.
Yeah.
So.
I thought you were just going to put Stalin as a fucking write-in, you goddamn commie.
No,
Michael's the only dude that wrote in Travis Barker. Fuck yeah, dude, I'm on today. I'm on it.
Oh.
Michael wrote in Travis Barker for the election.
Damn, dude. I wrote in Sean White, actually. Make snowboarding great again. Am I right? All right.
Oh, shit.
Have you ever seen my snowboard?
I'm having fun. Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah. You need to lower your blood pressure there, red face.
His snowboard is a little tight snowboard, dude. It's fucking...
My snowboard is
Looks
big.
like a fucking hoverboard from Back to the Future.
That's what snowboards look like traditionally. No.
Yeah, but I mean, it's
The small
same
one?
size.
No.
It's a little.
It's a penny board.
It's a
No.
little.
It's a penny board with no wheels.
I have a long snowboard so I can go.
I bet you do.
Yeah. How big
That
snowboard
clip's
is?
doing good, by the way. When Dustin was on the show a couple weeks ago, and Michael, we were talking about caving and getting stuck in caves.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
And Michael was like, "Yeah, what is big? I'm little, but what is big is below my pants. Is what you can't see." And I looked at Dustin, and he goes, "He's got massive knees." And I
That was
literally
funny. Is it really doing
it's
good?
doing good. I almost
That
fell
was
out of the
so
chair, dude.
fucking funny.
Dustin can catch me off guard like nobody else.
Yeah, and like his
He's a silent
that
assassin.
dry ass fucking delivery.
Yeah.
Because like it takes a second.
Yeah.
You know.
We pulled
And then
8
and
clips
then
out of his episode. I mean, he got me.
You
8
uploaded
times
another
in a
one
row.
yesterday or the day before, and I didn't see it.
Up.
Yeah, I saw it. Was it what?
Was it the up one?
I don't know. I just saw that it was
Oh yeah, I
uploaded.
saw that one.
That one's got people upset. In the
Yeah,
comments,
as they
people are
should be.
arguing over
About me not liking it?
both,
You liking it?
both sides of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Did
mean,
you like that movie?
Of course, I fucking love that
Hey,
movie. And
thank
the
you.
first 20 minutes is the
Yeah,
saddest thing
I
I've
agree
ever
that the
seen.
first 20 minutes is so sad.
And that's why you liked it. And you were like, oh yeah, your fucking life is over. Yeah, I love this part.
That's why I said
Yeah.
he's a sick fuck.
I like
fucking
the catharticism of it. You know,
bet
just
you do.
like yeah.
I bet you do.
Yeah,
You know, my favorite part of Interstellar was whenever Matthew McConaughey's just sobbing uncontrollably. Anyway,
Jesus Christ.
just kidding. That's not.
What
But
a sick person, dude.
I am a sick person.
Man. You're the type of person who says there wasn't enough room on that door in Titanic. That's what you are. You're like, Jack deserved it.
yeah.
I mean,
well,
he was a criminal.
The water wasn't that cold.
He was a criminal, so I mean, he got what he's coming to him. You know.
fucking thief.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah,
That's
but here's the thing that pisses me off the most about that movie. Not the fucking door.
Titanic.
Not Jack.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Pruett, what pisses you off
Not
about
enough.
Titanic?
Not enough nudity. What?
I don't even care about that. Here's the fucking thing. The end of the movie, old fucking, grandma pulls
Rose?
that monstrous
Yeah.
fucking diamond out of her pocket and goes, bloop.
Yeah. What a waste.
You just threw away the fucking financial security of your grandchildren, you selfish fucking bitch.
Yeah. Just because she was like, I don't want to remember. I don't want to relive.
You know what the difference?
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what? You know
Also,
what
she's
I'm
dying any day.
You know
now,
what I'm
so just-
realizing the difference between Pruett and like us is? Pruett watched this movie clearly as an adult. And was like, oh, the financial security and all
I think
this
that was a
stuff.
joke about
No.
you being old.
And no, it really wasn't.
Well, I mean, think about
But I watched
how
it as a
old-
kid.
Yeah. How old were you when it came out?
4.
What
Yeah,
year did it come out?
4. I was a senior. No, I was out of high school.
It came out in '99, I think.
Yeah,
Oh,
I was in the military.
90,
So I was an adult when I watched it.
yeah.
Like,
I didn't
was-
watch it, but I
was
heard
like
it because I was in the
6
womb.
when
So
I
I just
watched
kind of
it.
heard it out there.
Yeah, you were born in '99.
November.
Yeah, the only thing
Yeah.
Nathaniel was hearing was the fucking theme song to Titanic, and
Celine Dion.
There's a lot of earthquakes when I was in there. It kept
Yeah,
rattling. Anyways, so here's
A lot of
my
pointy
question
objects.
for you, Pruett. because we touched on it earlier, and I wanted to make sure we covered it. You joined our local comedy scene when Blue Ridge is only a month old, and obviously we've discussed a number of times on the show. Hunter was around, Brian was around. There were names. There was some iteration of comedy locally, but the club's open a month. Right. You have seen it grow from there to where it was at the old place, now the new place. I mean, that's been quite the growth.
Yeah, and like just as...
I mean, now we have a Don't Tell. I don't know who runs that, but
I mean, whoever it is, they're doing fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm so proud of them as a person.
Agreed.
And everything. If I could, I'd be like, I'd take their mom to dinner. Or whatever, but
right.
You know what's funny is my lady's gonna watch this and be like, "Are you hitting on his mom?" I'm like,
"Yes,
but not truthfully."
Well, she was around,
but
first,
casually.
I'll say that. My mom was here first, so step off.
It's only serious. It's only serious if she's interested, right?
Dude, how funny would it be if I flip sides on this and I start like being my mom on her side? I'm like, she deserves it. She was here first. Because I'm always like anti-comics hitting on my mom. I'm gonna start like. Never mind.
You were about to say something fucking weird.
Never mind.
Come get your boy.
Clip that. Clip that one, you fucking weirdo.
I'm just saying, Pruett's offered a PS5, and if anybody can top that,
I'm off the market.
I'll put in a good word. Damn it, no PS5. All right.
I mean, sorry,
we'll start the bidding at 2 tickets to the NASCAR race in April.
Oh, Jesus.
Hopefully, we'll go up from there.
All right. So
up from $20. Anyway.
Going back to the question. Get back on track.
Right.
Fucking children.
Comedy scene.
Yeah, it's like herding cats in this bitch.
Yeah.
So the comedy scene, just seeing I remember the first time I was there, it was like Meredith, Travis, Johnny, John.
Yeah, Murphy.
John Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love John Murphy.
And to see
I've never seen him perform, but I do know him now.
You're such a dick.
I
anyway.
fucking hate doing this, but Travis was good day one.
I know. Doesn't that suck?
And every time I say it, I'm like, oh, Travis Stevenson.
Yeah.
No, because he gets it enough. He gets it enough. I mean, he's a
he also
fucking short,
hates it.
gimly-looking motherfucker.
He also hates... Travis has been on the show, and I think maybe we've even talked about it. I know he and I have spent a lot of time together off mic, and he is sort of almost imprisoned by that and being the quote-unquote golden boy of Bristol. It's not... something I know actually, he would say he wouldn't wish that on someone else.
Yeah, I mean, there are two things that when I'm down about what I'm doing that I listen to.
Yeah.
And one thing is in my head and the other one's on my phone. The thing that's in my head is Travis on this podcast going, man, Pruett's gotten so much better and he's doing this and he's doing that. I hold on to that.
No. Because you respect him and he means it. Right.
And I mean, number one, Travis is a great dude. Number two, he's incredibly talented. Number three, he's funny as fuck. So
he checks all the boxes.
I get
sure.
I absolutely get why he's doing so well.
Yeah.
And I'm happy for him, proud of him for it.
Yeah.
But also, that I can also see why he's like, oh my God, every time I come up at an open mic, here's so-and-so doing this. And,
the winner of the first ever Blue Ridge.
Exactly. I get why that can be frustrating for him.
But day one, he's good.
Yeah, and day one, he was fucking amazing. I got up there. I actually have video of my first time on stage. Sean sent it to me, and I was like, that's
hard to watch.
I have video of my first time on stage too, and I bet yours is better than mine.
I was obviously intoxicated, and I was running around that stage.
Weren't you too?
Fucking madman.
I was pretty drunk.
Yeah,
I wasn't I had to drive after,
Jared was
so I
too.
wasn't drunk.
But
I was not sober.
I'm one of the only comics I know that went up stone sober for the first time.
First time.
I do better. I did find out a couple months after the fact that I do significantly better sober than I do drunk.
Right. Yeah, see, I'm the exact opposite.
Yeah.
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 When I'm drunk, I just forget half the jokes.
Well, there's a limit.
I've never done that. Yeah, I've never done that. I've never so let me finish this.
Yeah, sorry.
The second thing in your phone.
The second thing is in my phone, and it was the open mic at the Orange Peel that you and I went to.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
And Cody Hughes, who I absolutely love and respect, gives me one of the warmest welcomings to this open mic that I've ever gotten. He was like, like word for word, pretty much, because I've listened to it a lot.
It's actually his ringtone.
It's all right. Coming to the stage right now, one of the funniest guys I've ever seen, John Pruett. You know, and I just listen to that. If it like Cody Hughes thinks I'm funny, you know,
right?
So like,
and then you bombed. Right?
That's a shame. He was just being nice.
Just eat dick with chopsticks, you know, and he was just. I'm sure.
No,
I mean,
he
like,
wasn't.
Cody is a very, very.
He brought me
nice
up
guy.
to the same credit. That's weird.
Yeah, he did. Like,
No,
I've only ever he's hosted for me. I've never actually talked to him. He brought me up to the same thing before. So yeah.
He literally was like, "This next guy's here, Nathaniel Pruett." Like that's all. That's literally.
No, he like it's.
I
like,
love Cody.
It's like the chick at Crystal Burger. You know, it's like, oh, what are you having, darling? She called me darling.
Yeah.
But no,
when strippers are nice to you, and you're like, "I think she loves me."
Yeah,
I think she's in love with me.
Yeah.
Here's $1,000. Here's $1,000. Will you look at me?
Haley, get your boy.
It's been a while.
But
I'll leave my wallet in the car when I go. Anyways,
so those are the two things, and like
right.
you know, and then to see this scene grow the way it has, is just beyond compare. Like, you know, like some of the people that have come through here, the comics that have come through here.
Mark Norman.
Who'd have thunk it?
Insane.
Never would have thought you would have brought that up.
Is it not?
It is insane.
Explain to me somebody who's bigger than
comedy, right?
Yeah, comedy.
Comedy.
But no, I mean, like to see that, and then to like it start to, you know, intermingle with like the Knoxville crowd and the Asheville crowd, the Charlotte crowd and the Raleigh crowd.
Yeah.
And like now Nashville, Atlanta, you know, that kind of thing. And like,
we just did a show last night with comics from Atlanta.
Exactly. Yeah. And so like
2 weeks ago, it's from Nashville.
Yeah.
Or 3 weeks, or however many weeks ago that was.
So like
all around
opportunities like that, and to see all these different styles and stuff like that, where like the first time I ever came up and told very, very terrible, shitty jokes, and I was channeling Dennis Leary. It was god awful.
But in the room, is it just you and Meredith and Travis? Like, is it very close?
It was like 7 or 8 people in the room.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, if you could choose, would you choose that or a packed crowd for your first open mic?
Ooh.
No middle ground. You don't get to pick the exact number. 100 people
no
or 5?
I would take those 7 or 8 people because they were also in the same boat. They were all in the 101 comedy class. You know, and so like as much as I wanted to take that class, couldn't do it because of my work schedule.
Packed mics are stressful, I think.
Yes, they are.
Not now, but like when you're starting.
Oh yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. Now I relish the opportunity, but like when I did the lab a couple weeks ago, I think actually for the lab it was kind of a small crowd for the mic. There was maybe 50, 60 in there.
Audience members
at an open mic. Yeah.
Gosh.
But like
some comics do.
Oh yeah.
But normally it's closer to 100.
Yeah.
Damn.
And,
at a mic.
And see, like it's one thing to do to get into those open mics at a comedy club. Number one, if you're from what I've seen, to get into a comedy club, you actually kind of need to know what you're doing.
Oh, of course.
You know, so like,
or at least carry yourself like you know what you're doing.
You know, to get into an open mic is one thing. It's not like around here where it's like, oh, sign up even if it's your first time ever. You know, that kind of thing.
Well, I'll say for the lab there was 85 signups, I think, and only 30 on the list.
Right.
So you know that there's a lot of people. Who it's generated, it's shuffle generated. Well,
was it like a pool?
Yes. It was as much a pull as Kiltonius. We'll say that.
Yeah.
It was a bucket pull featuring many of the same names who continuously get pulled from the bucket. That's what it is. But here's my stance on that. I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
Because those names are being continuously put on that list for a reason. If Zach Townsend's on every open mic, I'm all right with that.
Yeah, because
he's Zach Townsend. Let him on.
They're doing their thing. It's not. Yeah, I get that.
And they draw a certain amount of attention to the mic as well. They're good for the mic to have those people
on. So like to get it, like, man, when I was in say Austin or freaking Washington or whatever, you know, Seattle and stuff. Like I don't want to say the quality. Trying to figure out how I want to word this. Like I'm really losing it.
Hold on.
He quit drinking.
This is
See,
I'm going to give you a
when I'm sober.
I'm going to give you a transition. We're going to act like this was planned.
Come right back.
Yeah.
Oh, that was wrong. That was wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me fix it.
Be happy. I don't have a
There you go.
Oh, thank you.
Yep.
So, like, to see all these different scenes like Austin and Seattle and that kind of thing, you get fuck you and fuck you.
I'm so sorry.
Fucking stupid. Do you know that a year ago we labeled those buttons and he immediately peeled them off? And the ongoing shit in this podcast is he never hits the right button.
How many podcasts have you had before, Michael?
Only 2 with this board.
Okay.
Dude,
and
it's rough to have
how many
failed
podcasts aside from this one are still going?
Well, to be fair, one of them is still going. I'm just no longer associated with it.
He got fired from his own podcast.
No, I quit. It was about a video game that I quit playing.
You did, dude.
It was about a video game, and then I was like, I don't really want to play this game anymore.
That's
so
what
I
the
shouldn't
original
record.
Beatles drummer said too. Oh, I didn't want to be Ringo. I didn't need all the attention.
One of them was a solo podcast that I since deleted off of the internet, and the other one is still out there. So,
do you know? I assume you guys both know that the Beatles had a different drummer originally.
Yeah.
How shitty of a hand in life did that guy? That he missed out on being a fucking Beatle.
I did not know that, but
so
but,
before,
I mean, like,
so before Ringo, who's the iconic drummer for the band, the Beatles,
Ringo Starr.
they had a different one, right? And
I know
then
that.
he quit.
Yeah.
And was like, this band's not going anywhere. I quit. And started his own band that, of course, is nothing. And then Ringo joined up and they became the Beatles, dude.
Yeah.
That might be the biggest fumble of all time.
Well, I mean, like,
That's
can you imagine being like the first guitarist for Motley Crue?
Right.
You know?
And then you quit.
And no, he didn't quit. He like,
Did he die?
Mick Mars showed up and was like, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, he just pushed him out? Yeah. But maybe that's the correct move there.
Oh, it was. It absolutely was. But,
Yeah.
you know, can you imagine? Like, man, it could have been at a titty bar.
Yeah. I could have been having a movie. MGK could have been playing me in a movie. Yeah. I think the Beatles one for me is especially crazy because he chose to. It's not like he was asked to leave. He was like, I don't think you guys have what it takes, and he left, and then they became the fucking Beatles. That's rough, dude.
I don't even really feel bad for it, you know? Like,
Yeah,
man,
no.
it's
You get what you deserve.
You ditched your boys.
Your ego got in the way and cost you that.
And to answer your earlier question, the thing about open mics at big clubs and stuff is like you get this. Now it is. I will say that the Lab having like 60 audience members, that's great. That's huge.
It's huge.
But for the vast majority of open mics, you're trying to do your jokes, and it's a bunch of comics like playing on their phones, playing
maybe a
out
couple
their own
drunk
shit.
people not paying
and
attention.
and a couple of day drunks where you're like, oh God, you're going to be in a meeting later.
Yeah.
I
was listening to some comic the
You're
other
going to be
day.
in a meeting or in jail later.
Some comic the other day was on a podcast and said that the way to get good at stand-up is to do it as many times as you can in a room where they wish you weren't doing it. He was like, literally, if you do it in bars where you're in their way by trying to do your shit, you will get
I think
good
that's actually very good advice. Yeah.
And it definitely, like, it makes you callous, thickens up that skin.
Right. And just the crowd work muscle. I mean, it's trial by fire, and some people catch on fire. Like, some people can't handle it.
Well, I mean, shit, you do crowd work in a bar, especially like, you know, sports bar or something like that. Do crowd work, you might get fucking hit. You know, you're going to get assaulted. So, like, you know.
And we don't have anything like that around here, but I would even say that Rum Bar, or Little Magic, is kind of the closest we get to that, just in the it is a bar, typically there are people there who were not aware that they were there for.
They were just getting
And
drunk on a Tuesday.
They've been drinking since like 4 o'clock.
And it's Tuesday, so they're fucked up
smashed on a Tuesday
habitually, and then you go up and they don't give a fuck about jokes necessarily.
I think I've had my worst open mic and maybe my best open mic set both at.
So have I.
Rum. I've never done it as Little Magic, but when it was Rum Bar, I did.
I love that joint. I really do. Like, number one, just because you tend to get a little bit more time.
Right.
And like, I really like their regulars. Their regulars show up for every open mic. They can listen to your jokes like 4, 5, 6 times, and they're cool with it. You know, I really like their regulars. I like the bar. Love the owner to death.
Yeah, where are you? I haven't seen you there in a couple weeks.
I've been fucking drying out, and they've got really good mixed drinks, so I don't go.
It is tough to go to. Yeah. It's one thing to go to Blue Ridge and not drink because it's like there's others, but when you go to
they've got
a straight up bar, it's like
and I
that's a big thing for a lot of comics. The fact that unfortunately alcohol is so infused in the art of stand up. I mean, it's really they cannot be mutually exclusive. Really, they're part. It's a part of it.
It is tough to quit drinking while you're fucking doing stand up because
you're around
comedy.
Yeah, and every comic that I've seen that has quit drinking, not every, but the the bigger ones, you know, they stop drinking, and it's like, okay, and now I do a metric ton of mushrooms, and I smoke weed all day, every day.
Yeah.
I can't do that. Like, I have a job that I enjoy, and it does urinalysis, so I can't smoke weed, you know, so, like, which sucks because, like, I could be pretty much a full-bore fucking alcoholic if, and as long as I was not directly drunk at work, I could keep my job.
That's so crazy. Like, I don't want to get off on a tangent. And,
I agree with what you're about to say.
The fact that, like, as a society, being inebriated with alcohol is like teachers. The big thing is, man, as soon as I get out of here, I'm going to go get fucked up and drink wine all night. But if you are like, I'm going to get out of here, I'm going to smoke a joint, they're like, you shouldn't be around children. Like, what the fuck? Which one has the real problem?
I would say alcohol is much more harming.
Oh, it's crazy. It's just,
dude.
I mean, obviously, I could go down this whole rabbit hole of like the demonization of pot going back to the 30s and all the different CIA programs.
It's because of the tobacco industry. Is what it is.
Right. Yeah. Even the name marijuana is a made-up word for a wild Mexican weed. That's not. It's cannabis. Like we'll go deep on that.
I did not know that.
That's 100% true. Marijuana Madness was the headline that came out in like the 30s to scare people away from marijuana. Is just a made-up word. It's actually that word is to describe a wild Mexican.
Wild
weed.
Mexican. Wow.
Wild Mexican weed that grows like.
Yeah, I know.
Non-fruitful plant weed.
I was making a very poor joke.
You sure were.
That's about par for the course.
At least he gives it to himself. Yeah. See, he always knows where that button is when he bombs.
Well, I wouldn't have known. I probably would have given myself the good one if I wouldn't have accidentally given it.
He was looking for the air horn.
You don't know where it is.
We don't need it.
There you go.
Well done,
buddy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Anyway, so yeah, but agreed. That's just so weird about our society that like you can drink and it's socially acceptable.
Go ahead.
Okay, well, part of the reason I quit drinking, I mean, there was many reasons, but with comedy specifically, I was like, this was whenever I was doing it much more too. Yeah. So I was like 2 to 3 nights a week in a place that serves alcohol and people are social drinking, and I am 2 to 3 nights a week drinking.
Yeah.
And my problem is, when I'm doing those, I could always drive home, but I always had beer at home too, so I could drive home.
Yeah.
And then I kept the good times rolling.
Drinking. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like,
that's why I thought you quit drinking because Kayla, you wanted her to come back.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dude.
I thought that's
come get your boy.
That's
was
what
that
it was.
not why?
Yeah.
I thought that was the ultimatum that she gave.
No.
I thought that's why.
No. I did get the last night I did drink. I got blackout. Well, so the problem was I started taking antidepressants.
You can't mix that shit.
Last year, it was like late last year.
Especially not when you're that size. That hits you hard.
Well, it was late last year, and I had been like casually drinking still, like 3-5 beers tops in an evening.
Yeah.
And then Kayla and I, we went to Charlotte, and we saw it was that improv show I saw. Ben Schwartz. We went and saw that Ben Schwartz show, and our hotel that we were staying at had a bar that we closed the fuck down, and it closed at like 11. We'd been down there drinking since like 9. Yeah. And then we went across the street to this dive bar, which is to this day the coolest bar I think I've ever been to, and closed it down at 3 a.m.
Right.
Yeah. And I drank.
It was called Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yes, I drank
super
the whole
local divey bar
fucking time, and had a lot of fun. And then we got back to the hotel, and I just like. It wasn't that I drank more than I've ever drank, you know? Like, I drank like I'm drunk and I'm going to have a hangover, but I didn't drink like blackout levels, if that makes... You know what I mean when I say that? And I got back to the hotel, and like I was like dry heaving really badly, and I woke up the next day with like the worst hangover of my entire life. And I think it was just because like it mixed so badly with my medicine. Yeah. And I just was like, I can't do this.
Yeah. Well, the level of alcohol too, like Pruett can drink a lot.
And be fine. Like I'm fucking 6'2".
I feel like a Mick Ultra would put me under the table sometimes.
Yeah, dude. I used to be like, I could realistically, and I'm not. This isn't a brag, but I did have a problem. I could drink a fifth of whiskey and be like, I was drunk. Ugh. I was drunk.
Yeah, see,
I can't even picture like, what that would be like.
Well, like here's the thing:
throwing up or anything.
Like, I have 3 mixed drinks, and I'm like, I need to go bad, you know. But I can drink beer all fucking
That's a lot
day,
of sugar, too, though.
Yeah.
I have a weirdly high alcohol. I don't drink now, so I doubt I do, but I had a very weirdly high alcohol tolerance.
But see, like my tolerance for beer is through the roof.
Yeah.
So here's the main reason why like I'm kind of drying out for a little bit.
It's getting expensive.
No, it is more expensive to drink NAs than
Oh,
it
yeah.
is regular beers. So like if I have like 3 NA beers, you know, I buy a 6-pack every couple of days or whatever, you know, it's more expensive than when I was drinking fucking a lot of Coors Light. But like, here's the thing. When we went to Gatlinburg, I had 2 shows in Gatlinburg.
Yeah.
That's another thing we need to talk about real quick because what's our time?
Jersey.
We're at an hour.
3 hours. We're at 3.
All right, so we're right at an hour. So my
we got all day.
no, I don't.
I also don't.
Got to take the lady of the week.
Fine,
story.
I'm the only one with nothing to do today. I'm the loser. We get it.
Well, all right, hand him those Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
No, those are worth some money.
Dork. But
I'm sorry that I was 12 at one point in my life.
I'm sorry that you still are.
I showed you pictures of how big of a dork I am. So
Yeah.
you know, but like, so I had a show I was really excited about. So shout out to Ray Flasher at Jersey Hustle Comedy. He's
Great dude.
such a great dude.
Yeah.
Really good booker. He's getting some great acts through there and everything.
Yeah, he's cool.
And so I got to work with Josh Prey. One of the guys I've been following for a long time. Really look up to him. He's a funny fucking dude. And it's Gatlinburg. So, of course, I get there. I have a couple of drinks. Yeah, I have a couple of drinks.
Pancakes, too, is a good one.
And when I say have a couple of drinks, that means it's like 2 fingers of bourbon. You know? And then, like, all right, great. Have a beer. I'm shooting the shit with Jordan B. Love Jordan B.
Oh, I love that dude.
He's a great guy.
Such a great dude. So fucking funny.
He's coming back down for
His
the
Burger King bit is very funny. Anyway.
Yeah, like I love pretty much all of his material. He's a great hang, just a good dude to have on. Like if
dude, weren't you there when that
him,
old man said some racist shit to Jordan that time?
Yeah.
Wow, I don't even want to say it on the show because I want Jordan to come on and tell that story.
Yeah,
we say the word.
Yeah.
Oh. No, it was, honestly, in my opinion, it was worse than that. Like that would be too easy for what this old dude said.
Oh, this was like creatively racist?
Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, it was
not even lazy racism, just like creative racism.
Yeah, it wasn't vocabulary that was the problem. We'll put it that it was insinuation. Anyway, I'll tell you after.
It was just bad.
Jordan's gonna come on eventually, and he'll tell
But
you.
yeah, as soon as you have him on, like he is just a fucking killer. I love
Some
that
wild
dude.
shit.
So it's me, Jordan B. We're hanging out, drinking, having a good time. We've both done shots. I've already had a couple of beers.
He also gets fucked up.
Oh yeah. But and he smokes on top of it too.
Right,
so
right,
I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
But like, we do the show. The show goes great. Everything is wonderful. It's Gatlinburg. After the show, and Joey and Darby come.
Mini golf.
Moonshine tour.
No, yeah.
Let's guess.
Yeah.
Horseback riding.
Ripley's Believe It or Not.
And I got probably one of the shittiest motels in Gatlinburg because it was a 3-day weekend and stuff, so it was all I could get.
Yeah.
And
did you go on a horseback ride through an arcade?
No.
Is that a thing?
We rode go-karts through an arcade.
Either one of those could be a thing.
And when we came out, our T-shirts were airbrushed. It was crazy. But like,
his
did you go to the cigar shack with Shaq on the wall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we go in. So we get back to the hotel. Joey's picked up a 12-pack. I've picked up a 12-pack. We see there's a bear in the parking lot. Yeah. So like we had to dodge it to get into our rooms. We get into our rooms. The room next to ours, the dude next to us has some way, shape, or form gotten a couple of ladies of the night. We can hear them
in Gatlinburg. Wow,
Gatlinburg,
God, I gotta visit them there more.
So like we had
Haley, get your boy.
Yeah, so like we get plastered. I mean, like we killed like 18 beers plus what we'd been drinking at the club.
Yeah,
and then so the next morning we wake up, we're all kind of like, but we grab some breakfast
pancakes.
And yeah, absolutely. Well, you have to. It's fucking Gatlinburg. You're gonna have to have some flapjacks.
Absolutely.
And then 11 o'clock in the morning, we're doing a moonshine tasting.
Oh yeah.
And so
you're living the life.
It. Yeah. So like we started it right then, and then had a show a second show.
I can't imagine why you're taking a break from alcohol.
Yeah. So I had a second show Friday night. And I'm not going to say anything bad, but the host completely forgot my fucking name multiple times. And
was it the host who's always at that club?
Yep.
Yeah. We'll talk after. I got some stories of mine.
But like, completely forgot my name. Then
I gotta tell you what
finally
I
got it right, but completely just disregarded my first name. It was all funny. It was great.
Yeah.
Had a really fun time. Did like 12 minutes.
It wasn't great. I'll say it. You don't have to say it. I'm not a fan.
But like, we're still drinking through the whole show. Get back. See another fucking bear. Dodge bear shit in front of our door. Drink some more that night. And then, so basically, Saturday we walked around a little bit more, to another fucking tasting, and then Sunday I'm getting ready to leave, and I'm like, all right, cool. And by this point I am very fucking dehydrated.
I can imagine.
And I'm just like, I don't feel good, but I'm not like super hungover, and that's what was worrying me. I was like, I don't feel terrible
because your body's kind of used to it.
Yeah, it's like okay, I'm that used to it. Oh God, I get back, and I'm in the house. And, of course, I have beer in the house. I love beer. I cracked that Coors Light, and I was like, I don't want something about it just tasted terrible.
Probably just the fact that it's a Coors Light.
I like a Coors Light. I get
like
that.
a Coors Light.
Yeah.
And
Miller
so,
Lite is my snowboarding beer.
And so, like, I called Joey, and I was like, dude, I just tried to drink a beer, and it was not good. And he was like, dude, I am with you, but I just counted up what we drank. And I was like, I don't want to know. And he goes, yeah, you probably don't.
I did read that there was an alcohol shortage in Gatlinburg a while back.
Dude, in 3 days, and not what we bought at the club. In 3 days, we killed 96 beers.
Is that all?
Yeah.
Just you and Joey?
Me, Joey, and Darby had a few.
Yeah, still probably
96 between 3 people is still a lot of fucking beer.
Yeah,
yeah, but if you think about it, it's only
30-something a person.
Yeah, it's 30-something a person over 3 days.
32 a person.
So
not if they're 3 Andre the Giants.
We averaged a 12-pack a day.
Yeah,
that's still a lot of beer.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
I mean, genuinely, when you're talking about that, when you're talking about the amount that you drink, like a fifth of whiskey, I don't. Not only can I not picture reaching that point, I don't know why I would ever want to. I think it's just tolerance.
You don't
just
tolerance.
Notice it.
You don't like try to get to that point. You just get to that point.
You're hanging out, shooting the shit, and you crack a beer. You're hanging out, shooting the shit, crack a beer.
You're horribly depressed and can afford a nice whiskey, and you start buying a lot of whiskey.
Yeah, and see, like that's one of the main reasons I never got into like hard liquor. Like I do like a mixed drink or everything and whatever, but like I will never get into hard liquor just because I know I'll enjoy the shit out of it.
It's not my vice, I guess is probably what it is, so I just don't have the tolerance. But, like, I mean, I'll crush a whole box of crumble cookies now, whereas back in the day I would only eat one, but now I'm like, I'll eat 4.
Makes sense.
It's a tolerance, dude. It's fat tolerance.
It checks out.
Yeah. It's fat tolerance.
Like,
I see it.
That's my vice, dude.
I see it.
You went from oatmeal cream pie to, like...
Cream pies.
Yeah.
Well, that's another vice of mine.
Pies. Like, they're pie size.
That's the second vice.
With I will say, with on the moonshine tours, it is way too inexpensive to get fucking drunk with those things.
Yeah, here,
like
free.
And the nice ones are $5, but there's 30 of them they give you. Dude, I went to Nashville with this guy that I hired. He doesn't work for me anymore, but we were doing this training. We stopped at the mall, in one of the malls in Nashville, and they had like a moonshine tour thing. And I'd already quit drinking. He's like, you want to go do this? I was like, man, I don't drink. I've done those before, whatever. He's like, I've never done one. I'm like, well, then go fucking
have fun.
Go kill it, dude. Yeah. He goes in there. He's in there for 30 minutes, and it's like $5.
Fucking blistered.
Yeah. And I mean, he was like, "Oh man, that's dangerous."
Some of the bigger distilleries do that too. Like we were at the Buffalo Trace Distillery, and literally as you're coming in the door, they're like, "Would you like to try Chris Stapleton's new whiskey, Traveler?" And I was like, "I'd like to try it 3 times in a row." Is what I would like to do. Thank you for asking. Like as I'm walking by the front door, but I just don't go to those places. I think that's not my vibe normally.
My thing now with like comedy, and I'm in a place now where like I don't even keep NAs at home, because when I quit drinking initially, I was spending a lot of money on NAs. Mm-hmm. If I'm out at a restaurant and they have NA, cool, I'll get one. Yeah. If they don't, it's not a big deal. Or if I'm at the comedy club or somewhere and I'll get one because I still like it.
How do they fit that whole bottle of NA in your sippy cup?
You have to pour it twice. Yeah.
I was expecting a bigger reaction out of Pruett on that one. That one kind of let me down.
You got this one.
I don't care what anybody says. The gag of Michael being a toddler is always going to be funny.
Well,
if you don't want me to make
jokes, that hoodie.
Yeah, if you don't want me to make jokes,
I had my doubts about buying this hoodie, and Kayla's like, I really like it. It
looks exactly like the blanket that they brought me home from the hospital.
Exactly. Yeah, it looks like your Gam knitted that out of your baby blanket.
Except mine was pink.
Comfortable hoodie.
My blanket was pink, but same.
It's a very comfortable hoodie.
They looked at my baby penis and they were like, "It's a girl."
I'm secure enough in my masculinity to be okay with it. We should wrap up.
I'm proud of you. Yeah,
we should wrap up.
I want to thank Pruett for being here.
Thank you for having me.
For the 4th time. Yeah. We're so excited.
I think this is my favorite Pruett Chronicle.
Yeah. I want to thank Twink182 for being here. Thank you very much.
Anytime, Banana Head.
We're so
happy to be here at my house.
Pruett, what do you got coming up? You want to
actually? like I'm just kind of playing it by ear right now. I've been reaching out and like trying to get more festivals. You know, but like
it's tough right now. They're kind of off.
And like a lot of the bookers that I'm used to working with, I've kind of like, you know, it goes in cycles. So like, I'm just kind of on a cool down, I guess, waiting to see what's up. And
you probably have. Well, you said you have the Blue Ridge Festival coming up too.
Yeah,
December.
That's December. So.
Yeah, well, this comes out in November, so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
and you'll be. Pruett will be on Don't Tell as well.
And
November. We'll tell people. I don't care. Pruett will be. I'm not saying the headliner, but Pruett's with a very special headliner that we're excited about.
I can't wait.
Pruett and I both have never got to work with him. I've seen him do comedy. You can connect the dots if you know. He headlined the Lookout Comedy Festival at the Catch in Chattanooga last year, and I saw him there.
Guys,
Hilarious.
we've worked together before.
He's also He also was at one time part of a comedy troupe collaboration deal with another former headliner, a friend of the show, as well. So he's wonderful. And Pruett's going to be there. That's November 23rd, I think.
23rd.
Is that Thanksgiving?
I would like to go ahead and extend invitations to the both of you to be at Blue Ridge Comedy Club on December 28th.
December 28th.
That is a Saturday.
Are you headlining?
Maybe.
That's your birthday.
It's a birthday thing.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Yeah. Sean reached out and talked to me about it. So,
awesome.
I will be doing a full hour. And,
fuck yeah.
So I'm comfortable enough now with the material and everything. So in March, I am going to look at renting a theater.
Cool.
And video.
That's amazing.
And like doing a special.
Yeah, that'd be great.
About March. So,
yeah.
That'll be, that's the biggest, like next big goal is to.
Well, if you need a team, you know, me and Trav put together are basically a production studio. So.
That was one of the things I was wanting to talk to you about.
Yeah.
Off mic, actually.
Yeah. We'll work it out. So that is November 23rd also for me. I checked. So
and December 28th, Blue Ridge Comedy Club, John Pruett live.
Yeah, you heard it here first. That's a Talkin' Bits exclusive, right?
It is.
All right.
We do need that horn. Fuck, we need that horn.
Yeah. I don't know what impression he keeps doing. He's doing like a Beethoven impression. I don't think that's. He's going bum 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 bum. Yeah, that's a different one.
Yeah.
Anyways, we should have plugged our dates up top. But Michael, you're back to comedy now? You can catch Michael at one open
Blue
mic a
Ridge
month.
Comedy Club Wednesdays nights at 8 p.m. Sign-ups at 7.
Yeah. Anytime you plug a date and have to mention sign-ups at 7. You know what you should do? Please let me make you an upcoming dates poster that has just every Blue Ridge mic for the next 2 months and the sign up at 7:15.
Oh, dude, I will post it. I will post it.
You got it.
I swear to God, I will post that.
I'm doing that at work tomorrow.
In that case, I need to just.
Do I need to send you my headshot?
I'm getting booked more, so put the little magic on there with mine.
Yeah, okay.
I'll pay you.
You got it.
I'll send you my headshot.
Yeah, dude,
I'll
let's
send
do
you,
it. That's gonna be
That's
so funny.
so funny.
All right.
The post is gonna be like, "Hey, took a break from comedy, getting back into it. Here are my upcoming dates."
Yeah. All right. So that's it.
That's it. We good? You plugged?
Yeah. Just Don't Tell Tri-Cities on Instagram.
Michael Rose Comedy.
In Booer Comedy. We're out there. Also, we're posting a lot of clips now. I'm being a little more proactive with pulling clips out. So follow my TikTok. That's where we don't have an official one, but all through In Booer Comedy on TikTok, you'll see clips and people arguing over the movie Up. It's good. It's good times.
And if you are really, really bored and want to check it out, it's Pruett Comedy on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube.
Threads. I'm just kidding.
Check them out.
Threads. Yeah.
As always, everything is linked in the description. We love you.
Bye.
Say now.